Hello again and thanks for joining. So today we've got another 3 Piko coaches to have a look at. So we've been having a look at a lot of these coaches recently and there's no difference between the model, it's just the livery that's been changed on these. So fair play to Piko, they've made a really great coach model and then just applied every single possible combination of liveries that you can possibly think of to these to boost the sales obviously. So these ones are in a really eye-catching Alex logo, but it seems to be some collaboration between a company and the Swiss SBB railway. I think this is a really attractive and interesting colour combination and this livery looks really quite fantastic. I'm still wearing my gloves so there'll be no fingerprints on these coaches when I'm finished. So today we're going to have a look at this first class, this second class and this one that says treff. Now why does it say treff on it? I don't know. I have no idea what this means and it doesn't look as though it's a buffet car and it's certainly not a sleeper, so I'm not quite sure. If you do know what treff means, please put it in the comments below, I'd love to know. Anyway, let's get these out and have a look. So in this video, I'm not going to review the actual model itself because I've done that before. I'll put a link in the description to a video I did where I actually reviewed the model itself. In this video, I'll just focus on the livery. So the first one we're going to have a look at is this first class coach. So this livery has been applied all the way around the end of the coach. It's got this dark blue colour and the doors have been painted in red there. But you can see just between the two that the cream still comes through there on the side of the plastic moulding. Now, I'm not sure if that is actually prototypical or whether it's just a shortcut they've made when they've been applying this livery and it should actually be dark blue. But it is quite interesting that this dark blue extends all the way around the back of the coach here. And also it's very crisp and clear at the points, especially at the corner here at the top here. Piko's normally very good at applying colours and transfers to their coaches and this is no exception. The definition is very well done between the colours of the cream and the dark blue. And there's a lot of different variations on this particular coach. But here you can see that the blue doesn't extend into the window frame. And it looks as though possibly the window frame should be a different colour and it's just not been applied, so it's still moulded in the cream colour. So here we have a red door and you can actually see that there is a little bit of fuzziness just at the edge of the door and the cream there. So the painting isn't quite as precise as it could be. These models are in the hobby range from Piko, so you might expect a little bit of fuzziness here and there, but it's quite unusual for Piko to have that. You've got a 1 here for first class printed very nicely against the dark blue. That could have gone horribly wrong because it's quite difficult to get white on top of dark blue. But this seems to be pretty well applied and there's some logos here by the door as well. As we move further down, one of the things you can notice here is that this dark blue doesn't extend all the way to the bottom of this cream area and there's a little bit of a white stripe going along there. I don't think that is prototypical. I think it's probably all the way down to the bottom. So there has been a bit of an issue there, I think. You can see as usual it has these transfers on the dark grey on the bottom of the coach, which are very small. And then as we move further down, you can see the running number and also the other warning panels and specification details all printed along here. You can see that this is a darker grey to the grey of the panels at the bottom here. I think that's probably prototypical, so that's quite nice that that's been done. And then here you have the Alex logo, very nicely printed, along with this right in here, a collaboration between this company and SBB, and that has been applied very nicely as well. Moving further down the coach, you have this checkered effect just right here. This is quite an interesting graphic design that the livery designers have done on these Alex coaches, and it's been applied onto this model here. Not quite sure why they have that just randomly placed there, but it's quite interesting. And then further down you have the Alex logo again, another first class, and another dark blue triangular section here with another red door. This one has been printed much nicer. It's very crisp and clear on the definition between it and the cream colour. And very similar to the other end, the dark blue extends all the way around the back of the coach and you have the red connection doors as well. On this side of the coach, there's only a slight difference. Obviously, there's a toilet here with a blanked out window. So that's the first class coach. Let's have a look at the second class one. So this is very similar to the first one, but there are a few differences. The one here obviously is that it has a red triangle rather than the dark blue, and it has a dark blue door rather than the red door. And you can also see the dark blue 2 here as well. And moving further down the coach, we have this checker design applied here. Again, it's the Alex logo with the writing beside it, but we've got more checker up here, down here, and then up here. It's almost randomly applied. It's quite an interesting graphic design that has been applied to these coaches in real life, and Piko have copied it faithfully here as well. At this end, we have, again, the red instead of the dark blue, and again, we've got this little cream line running at the bottom of the triangle here. So I'm thinking this is probably a limitation of the print. The red extends all the way around the back of the coach, and this time we have dark blue doors here. And on this side of the coach it's just exactly the same again, with the toilet blanked out window and the window surround still in cream with the red applied around it. This one does seem to have a little bit of red coming onto the window frame bottom there. Not sure that's really actually meant to be there. Aside from that, the interior is exactly the same as the first one. There doesn't seem to be any differences other than the printing on it. So let's have a look at the treff one. So this is very similar in design to the second class coach, but it does have some variations in that it has this red triangle here, a blue door, but it has a dark blue another triangle here instead of a red one. It's got the checker here again, and this has been applied over the red. You can actually see a little bit of red bleeding through there into the white sections of the checker. And then further down we've got the Alex logo, no writing beside it on this coach. Another little random applied checker, and then Alex treff written down here. And then finally at this end of the coach you've got the dark blue colour in a triangle with a checkerboard, and again you've got a little bit of a problem here of the blue bleeding through onto the white of the checker. You've got some small logos here as well beside the door. The doors are actually a different shade of blue here. They're a bit lighter than the doors on the second class one. And at the end the doors are painted that lighter blue colour with the darker blue triangle. On this side with the blanked out toilet windows, it is actually more defined now around here because of the dark blue, but you can see that it extends onto the right hand side of the window frame and not the left hand side. So I do actually think this is possibly a limitation of the printing. But aside from that, it's pretty much the same as the other ones. So overall, these Alex coaches from Piko are quite an interesting design. This livery is particularly interesting because it's got a lot of different things going on. I'm not sure it really comes together as a flowing design. I've seen better looking coaches than these, but these are very eye-catching and really very interesting. These particular ones, the first class and the second class, are got an almost cream-like colour to them, whereas the Alex one is much lighter. Now, I'm not sure whether that is actually prototypical or maybe there's some difference in the moulding colour. And you'll also see that the roofs are this lighter grey to the side, and that has been applied really nicely as well. It's very crisp and clear on the line between the two colours. So should you buy these Alex coaches? I think if you're modelling modern day passenger services, these would be a fantastic addition because they're so eye-catching and so very different than anything I've seen before, and therefore these make a really eye-catching addition. I've mentioned the coach model itself is a very good one that Piko do. Fair play to them, they've just churned out tons and tons of different liveries on these coaches, so you can't really go wrong with buying these coaches. These ones have got different running numbers as well, so it makes for an interesting train. There are some limitations here. We've seen around the window frames it's not quite 100%, and that could be improved with a little bit of touch-up paint, but with their low price point and really interesting graphics, it would make a cool addition to your model railway layout. I'll put one of these on the turntable so you can see all the way around. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and you can subscribe for more videos like this. But that's it for today. See ya!